Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Looking at this statement, one can deduce how important habits are and how they determine who we truly are. You may not be conscious of it, but your habits shape your life a lot. Habits create neurological cravings that make our brains cling to them, and they're a very significant force. Habits help us grow stronger in what we do and our performance level because they literally shape our everyday actions, and they're a part of our lives. We all acquire different habits, and habits do play an important role in our everyday living. It's possible to develop bad habits such as escapism, deceiving others, stealing, dishonesty, telling lies, procrastination, lethargy, drug addiction, alcoholism, and lots more. However, it's also possible to develop and foster good habits like meditation, regular exercise, reading, writing, and hard working, amidst many others. Habits are an undeniably powerful part of life, and we are all creatures of habit. If you can just take a few minutes to ponder, you'll realize that the direct reflection of your daily habits has been very fervent in determining the state and quality of your life. Habits can hinder your progress in life, and it can also help to propel you forward to greater success. Habits help us form our years of repetitious behavior. The deep-seated habits etched in your mind play out in what you think, say, and do. It's not easy to get rid of bad habits because of the willpower and commitment it warrants. Understanding how significant habits are, this video course helps you expand your knowledge of all the tangible things you should know about habits. And it also explores ideas on how to get better at your habits to achieve greatness, good well-being, and all-around success. In this video, we'll discover about habits, meaning, characteristics, and role. Habit can be explained to be the evidence of the practice of one's preferences. At times, we're motivated to do different activities by our habits, just as we're inspired to carry out several activities by our instincts. Habits are acquired by living organisms, and they can be found in both man and animal. Habits make us restless to have more taste of some past experience, and one can as well say that habit is the second nature of man. What exactly is a habit? Habit can be simply explained to be a regularly repeated behavior. Speaking of the behavior, it could be a lifestyle, a routine, or an action. Whatever you do usually and constantly without thinking about it, most times, is a habit. Habits do help us undertake necessary activities, like following the same routes every day, getting dressed for work, taking a shower, and brushing our teeth, because they're behaviors and rituals that we carry out spontaneously. Our unconscious habits help us to decide what to make for dinner, solve problems, or do other more complex tasks, because they help in freeing up enabling resources for our brain. Habits can be the ones that are bad for us, the good ones, or the ones that have been part of our lives forever that we don't even notice, such as teeth brushing and tying of shoelaces. We activate several habits every day, and we all have habits. Characteristics of habit. There are 4 common characteristics of habits, and they are uniformity, facility, interest, and independence of attention. Number 1, uniformity. If you check your mode of walking, sleeping, talking, or how you do other activities, you'll realize that there's usually an underlying specific habit. This is simply because habits bring uniformity to our activities. Number 2, facility. Habit tends to help us facilitate our performance of an activity. Imagine you started learning to play the guitar. You'll realize that it will become easier for you once you've been able to form the habit, despite the pain you had experienced while learning. Number 3, interest. Interest is the primary core of habit. Let's still use the analogy of the guitar. Let's say the guitar training is a bit hard for you because you keep having sore fingers, but as soon as you're able to find your proper grip on it and form that habit of the correct finger placement, you'll begin to find it more interesting to play the guitar. Number 4, independence of attention. There are several things that don't require any attention, but we still do them due to our habits. Why habits are key to our health. Your chances of maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be increased or decreased by the habits you cultivate. Habits are very essential to our health. If you want to promote longevity and increase the quality of your life, it's very important that you practice good and helpful habits, like exercising regularly and eating healthily. On the other hand, you can risk developing diabetes, obesity, or other chronic diseases when you cultivate bad habits like low activity levels, excessive fast food consumption, and increased consumption of sugary soft drinks. You can lower the risk of diseases such as cancer and diabetes, keep your blood sugars in range, and achieve proper weight with healthy habits. In fact, your health will be grateful to you if you exercise regularly, eat enough fresh foods, take plenty of fruits and vegetables with the healthy habits you maintain. Why you must develop good habits. Many at times are still struggling to understand why it's important to develop good habits. Forming good habits is very necessary, and here are 5 reasons why you should. Number 1, habits are who you are. Habits ultimately become who you are because they grow to be a considerable part of your routine. Number 2, you can change your habits. This is one of the beautiful things about habits. If you know you have some bad habits, you can always step up to change them. Although your worst habits may be harder to stop, and it could be quite challenging to break your old habits, with single and consistent steps and actions, you can successfully change your bad habits. Number 3, you can easily reach your goals with good habits. One of the things that draw most people back in life is bad habits. Do you still remember the saying that bad habits are like flat tires? Trust you do. Well, if you don't fix those flat tires, my dear, you'll remain where you are. Number 4, habits set a foundation for life. You'll end up becoming a healthy person if you foster the act of eating vegetables often. You'll end up becoming a joyful person if you cultivate the habit of joyfully greeting your family. The tone of your life is set by the habits you develop because these habits get to become you. Choose to develop good habits, and you'll realize that you're setting yourself up to live happily and healthily. Number 5, habits can replace motivation. There are usually some days when we can be low on motivation. During those days, we might find it difficult to do what we should do, but at times, our habits tend to stand up for us and propel us to do what we need to do. Habits are what we do without having to think, and because they get to become our second nature, there's this unconscious push they give us to get up and do what we must do. In this video, we'll talk about habit formation. Acquired normally consequential to learning and repetition. Habit is an automatic response to a specific situation. It's a change of behavior with experience, and it's a simple form of learning. Habit doesn't necessarily demand our conscious attention. How we form habits. It takes about 18 to 254 days for someone to form a new habit. This is according to a study published in the European Journal of Social Psychology in the year 2009. Before a new behavior can become automatic, it will take 66 days on average. This is also in accordance with the study. The cue, the routine, and the reward work together for habit formation as the 3 main components. Habit loop is the process by which new habits form. Starting with the first component, which is the cue, it could be a scent, an event, a feeling, a person, an object, or any other thing at all. The cue is whatever reminds you of the habit or prompts you to take an action. Simply put, the behavior you're about to develop is encouraged by a trigger, which is the cue. Next, we move on to the other component, which is the routine. The specific routine that your brain has developed is what you'll start following whenever a cue triggers your habit. It's more like you're prompted to do something and then you started taking action to do it. Your habit includes what you do before and after the habitual behavior. This is to tell you that your habits are also connected to your other actions because habits aren't just one action. Now, moving to the last component, which is the third. Whatever outcome you accomplish is the reward. Your reward may be feeling better emotionally with the habit, and because of the satisfaction you derive from the reward, you'll have a higher tendency of constantly repeating the habit unconsciously. Basis of habit formation. Physiological and psychological bases are the 2 terms that can be used to explain habit formation. The physiological basis. It affirms that there's a pathway we get led to when there's a connection formed by a clear nervous signal prompted by several repetitions of an action. The connection gets strengthened when the response is elicited and stimulus is repeated. The psychological basis. This affirmation focuses on how individuals retain any learning process or experience. Habits are acquired dispositions, and this is what the psychological theories explain. We form a habit with our ability to keep retaining and getting it strengthened. What are examples of habits? There are a series of examples of habits, and several of them will definitely be explained in the course of this video course. As earlier mentioned, some habits can be health prompting, and some may be harmful. If you buckle your seatbelt without thinking about it or pick up a pair of running shoes after getting home each day, that's a habit. There are some people who wake up and the first thing they do automatically is to reach for a cigarette. It's a habit too. Why do humans have habits? Without having to ponder over what to do or waste time and energy, people can easily perform useful behaviors, all thanks to habits. Habits are efficient, and we are all creatures of habit. Habits offer us the beautiful advantages of quick and efficient responses, but they can be compromised when we let them get overridden by destructive habits, such as consumption of unhealthy food or usage of addictive drugs. Why are habits so hard to break? The reason why a bad habit is successfully carried out is because it's never scrutinized by the brain. and one can say a habit is someone's behavior functioning on autopilot. Consequential to the pleasing and rewarding feelings bad habits fetch when formed, they're also ingrained in the mind. We don't think much about habits when we do them, and these habits are built to make things happen even without conscious efforts. This validates that there are times that one may not be aware of his or her habit. Thus, it often demands some effort and consideration to break a habit. Measures for effective habit formation. There are some measures that can be put in place for effective habit formation, and here they are. A. Make a good start. Do not have oscillation of mind. That is, have a strong motivation and determination of mind. You must make a good start because a good beginning is half done. B. Keep regular practice. Habit formation gets weakened by interruption or postponement, so do well to avoid them. Until that habit becomes a routine in your life, keep on practicing that new habit regularly. It's very essential. For instance, don't be prompted to postpone what you should do because of lame excuses, like I'm not just in the mood, lack of interest, or false headache. C. Choose a favorable environment. An encouraging atmosphere also plays a good role in good habit formation. Let's imagine you're a student with the determination to study hard. Being in an environment of fellows who want to party from Monday to Sunday wouldn't help you much, but if you're in the company of hardworking students, you'll find it easy to keep studying. D. Keep pushing. Until your goal is achieved, don't stop. It's just like the song, don't stop till you get enough. Until that habit is firmly rooted, don't quit on it. Remember that a habit must be strengthened once it's formed. In this video, we'll discover about types of habits. There are several kinds of habits, but based on the nature of activities, habits can be split into 3 types: habits of character, intellectual habits, and motor habits. Number 1, habits of character. In the course of us forming habits, we tend to express some of our characters. These habits can also be referred to as emotional habits because they have a good notion of feelings and emotions. For example, keeping your dress clean and tidy, working hard, time management, talking in a friendly way, being honest, trusting people, helping others who are in need, etc. Number 2, intellectual habits. These habits are associated with our mental process that demands our cerebral capacities like testing conclusions and taking decisions by using reasoning ability, logical thinking, accurate perception, good observation, etc. Number 3, motor habits. Maintaining particular postures of the body, doing exercise, walking, running, sitting, standing, etc. are some of the examples of these habits. These habits are associated with our physical actions and muscular activities. Conscious habits and hidden habits. Conscious habits and hidden habits are another 2 common types of habits. You can quickly review conscious habits yourself because they're quite easy to identify. In fact, these conscious habits have a high tendency of going away when you remove that input or attention. For you to keep up with your conscious habits, you'll have to apply conscious input. Habits that you can recognize easily are conscious habits, and examples of them are smoking after a meal, workout every day, going for an evening run, or waking up to an alarm every morning. Hidden habits make up most of our habits, and unlike conscious habits that you can identify with just a general review, these can be quite difficult to identify. In most cases, it's someone else that tends to point out some of these behaviors to us because they're usually revealed by an external factor or source, since we're generally completely unaware of them. These habits can be very tricky, and it's because they've been turned into autopilot mode by our brain. When these habits are acting up, you may not be conscious of them because they've become a part and parcel of our decision-making process and lifestyle. How to identify your hidden habits? You'll need to direct your attention and zoom in to self-identify because there's a wide range of potentially hidden habits. In the course of you trying to unravel these hidden habits of yours, there are some questions you'll have to ask. Physical habits. How much water do you drink daily? Is it that you tend to slouch or stand straight? How do you walk? Social habits. What are the words or phrases that you tend to say a lot? Are there some gestures or actions that you tend to use a lot? Do you make or avoid eye contact with people? Energy habits. How often and when do you snack during the daytime? What do you do once you wake up in the morning? What's your everyday routine like? Each night right before bed, what pattern do you follow? Mental habits. How do you react to a negative news story? When you see a friend or an acquaintance posting pictures of a luxury vacation on his or her social media page, what feeling do you get? When you receive criticism Criticism. What's your first gut response? Productivity habits. What's the frequency in which you check your phone for new notifications? What's the yardstick you use to determine if a task is more important than another? Do you just dive in or do you prioritize certain tasks before starting? These questions are very important in helping you unravel your hidden habits, and you'll be shocked to see that they may help you figure out some things that you never even noticed or thought of at all. You can even ask your close friends, a family member, or a partner these questions about you, if it's okay by you, and they may even help you see it more clearly. For example, you may ask your spouse, "Honey, what do you think I do once I wake up in the morning? What's my everyday routine like?" His or her answer can help you fetch more helpful answers. In this video, we'll talk about breaking bad habits and breaking down the habit loop. We have a high chance of sticking to a behavior over time when we keep doing it regularly, because routine is a very powerful tool that can help us to cultivate new habits or aid us in reinforcing old habits. Change is not easy at all. Imagine that you had to stop doing what you have always been doing. It will be tough. But still, you'll have to do what's best for you if the change is necessary to help you move forward and live a better life. Breaking habits won't probably be as easy as you may have thought it would be if you have some habits you'd like to change. Because it's vital that you maintain positive habits such as reading every night, finishing off your lunch break with a short walk, or taking a glass of water when you wake up. You'll have to start working on letting go of your bad and negative habits. The 3 parts of the loop. Okay, the habit loop has been briefly talked about in the previous chapter, and, of course, you already have an idea of what the loop means. For you to break a habit, you must understand how the loop works. There are 3 main components of the habit loop. Number 1, the cue. This is what kicks off the habitual behavior. It is the trigger, and it can also be called the reminder. Cues can take different forms. They vary widely, and they incite habits or routine behaviors. These are some of the categories they usually fall into. Your last action, people around you, current emotional state, time, location. For example, let's say on a beautiful morning, you're walking past a restaurant and there's this nice smell coming out close to the entrance. Because of that smell, you just find it tempting to get in and get something, even though you might have had something already in the morning. In this case, the cue may be your location, the aroma of the food and walking by, or your last action. If you hadn't passed that side or that area, there's a possibility that you wouldn't have smelled that food aroma. Do you get it? When people jiggle their legs or bite their nails, they're often cued to engage in those self-soothing behaviors when they're in a nervous state of mind. And more so, people are cued to wash their hands after they've taken the action of flushing the toilet. Your dog knows it's time for you to take him for his evening walk, and hurry up when he does his polite but insistent whining by the back door. The routine. Your repeated behavior or habit is the routine. It may be getting up from your desk once it's 5 p.m., or anything that you're totally aware of. There are some habits that might happen less consciously. For instance, while you're thinking about a difficult problem, you may be chewing on the tip of your pen or tapping your hands unconsciously. The first time you carried out an action, you may consciously choose to pursue that action, but habitual behaviors usually happen automatically. Let me just scroll through social media and unwind. I'm bored. Let me just have a cup of coffee. I need to relax. I'm tired. Before you know it, you're already used to taking a cup of coffee whenever you're tired and automatically scrolling through social media whenever you're bored. The reward. Rewards keep habits firmly in place, and they do help to reinforce habits. The reward has to do with what the particular behavior does for you when it comes to habits. You earn the reward of a better relationship when you cultivate the habit of frequently communicating with your partner with sweet words. You're rewarded with a clean, fresh mouth when you brush your teeth after breakfast. Obviously, some rewards can benefit you. However, the habits you don't have the intention of keeping can be reinforced by less beneficial rewards. Even if you don't realize it, you may begin to develop a craving for a behavior as soon as your brain starts associating that behavior with a reward. Examples of the habit loop in action. There are several examples to consider if you desire to see a bit more detail on how it all works. The bad habit, shopping online. While you shop, the part of an hour slips by. Shopping itself is the routine, and the reward is the pleasure of glancing at household goods and new clothes, plus the relief from boredom the digital excursions offer. You'll make a decision to discover what cues you're browsing, since you want to make an effort to change this habit. In the course of your finding, you may realize that right after you've perused your social media, or whenever you're all by yourself, you just stop shopping. Whenever you feel stuck, frustrated, or bored, you tend to have a higher chance of obliging to retail therapy. So, what can you do? You may begin to find a better way to distract yourself when you feel bored, because this is what breaking the habit demands. The bad habit, texting your ex. Your relationship with your ex-lover has ended a couple of months or years ago. You two agreed to move on because your futuristic goals were not aligned. But as things turn out to be, you got yourself in a situation because of the sexual chemistry between you two and the company you enjoy. This habit will definitely be holding you back if you'll be honest with yourself. Foremost, you'll be reluctant to pursue a relationship with anyone else. Secondly, you may get stuck and destabilized. Looking for the cues, you find out that what often makes you call your ex is when you feel down or lonely, or you feel horny after a stressful day. The emotional support a romantic partner provides, and the derived sexual satisfaction are the rewards you get from hooking up with your ex. So what's the way forward? Since you've yet to be romantically connected with someone new, what you must do is to look for another source of emotional support, such as close family members or friends, as this will help you break your habit of texting your ex. The bad habit, endless snacking. Unhealthy junk foods like candy, soda, and salty chips are what most people tend to snack on, especially children. Both adults and children snack, but it becomes worrisome when it's on foods with high calories replete with empty carbs. Snacking around the clock is a bad habit most people are guilty of, and to get rid of this habit, you should avoid stocking up on the snacks you can't resist. Rather, let almonds, yogurt, air-popped popcorn, carrots and cucumber slices, hummus, and a host of other healthy snacks be what are within your reach. The bad habit, skipping breakfast. This is a bad habit that is common with most of us. Breakfast gives you that boost of energy you need for your task for the day. Do you even know that your metabolism can begin to slow when you skip an important meal like breakfast? You should always create a time to eat breakfast, even if there are several other tasks competing for your attention. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So what can you do? Try easy items like smoothies, homemade cereal bars, yogurt or whole fruit if you're rushed. Foods you can consume on the run, such as ready healthy breakfast foods, can be very helpful in breaking the habit of skipping breakfast. The bad habit, emotional eating. Emotional eating is one of the strategies employed by many to cope with stress. Using a coping mechanism of putting food in your mouth isn't a good diet strategy. You're quick to open the refrigerator to find something to eat as soon as you can get home just because you had a bad day at the office. Dear, we all have those crazy and bad moments, but we must learn to deal with them effectively so that the management techniques we enjoy do not turn out to become a bad habit that we'll be stuck with for a long time. So what can you do? Call a friend who will be empathetic, or just take a walk instead of eating when you get home after a stressed day at work. Finding a new stress buster will help you get rid of this habit. Whatever helps to keep you out of the kitchen, engage in that activity. The bad habit, eating too quickly. Eating too quickly has been hardly related to being overweight. This is in accordance with a study by Japanese researchers, which included 3,200 men and women. There's a high chance that you'll end up eating way more than you need if you gulp down your meal in 10 minutes or less. Your brain needs time to catch up with your stomach. Whether you're snacking or eating a meal, and eating too quickly isn't a habit worth cultivating. So, what can you do? Ensure you chew each bite thoroughly. Take smaller bites, and physically put your fork down between bites. These little tips will help you slow down your eating. In addition, you'll feel fuller as you go, and get to slow down more when you drink water throughout your meal. The bad habit, not getting enough sleep. Good sleep is important for the body. Not getting adequate sleep can be damaging to the brain and may as well affect one's overall well-being. So what can you do? For at least an hour before bed, avoid TV or computers, and keep the bedroom dark and comfortable. Establishing a sleep routine will also do some good. How to break the loop. Often more complex than just quitting the behavior. The process of breaking a habit isn't always easy. Nevertheless, change is a constant factor and it's possible. Here are simple, recommended ways to break the habit loop. Foremost, identify the routine. The habit you want to break is usually what routine refers to. So you should be able to figure out the routine. Maybe you have a penchant for running late for work because you always oversleep. Your routine may be deciding to catch a few more minutes of sleep after turning off the alarm. It's more like you telling yourself, okay, it's time to leave this awesome bed, but I think I can manage to squeeze in a few minutes more. Try different rewards. Once you identify the routine, the next thing you have to do is try different rewards. You can experiment with rewards that offer likewise fulfillment by exploring what specific routine does for you. Keep track of how you feel as you try out each new reward. You can even get some more insights when you take a few days to vary your routine slightly. So, instead of reaching for the alarm once it rings to enjoy a few more minutes of sleep, brace up yourself to wake up to read for 10 minutes or decide to try an entertainment reward. Explore your triggers. A very vital step to break a habit is discovering the specific cues that are inciting your routine. Are you still conscious of the 5 cue categories that were mentioned earlier? Okay, in case you've forgotten, here they are once more. Last action, people around you, emotional state, time, location. You can identify any patterns and recognize the cues more clearly when you get the likely triggers down on paper. Note the possible cues whenever you find yourself repeating your routine. Keep trying this for some days and see if you can pick something. Maybe at a certain time of the day or a specific friend group, whenever anything stands out, just check your notes to see. Now, once the cues are clear to you, devise a means to maneuver them. More tips to break habit. Focus on why you want to change. If your why is valuable or beneficial to you, you'll see that it will be easier for you to change your behavior. List the reasons why you want to change your habit, and note the expected benefits from the change as you take a few minutes to consider your why. Enlist a friend's support. It can be tough to deal with cravings on your own. If your partner or friend has the intention to quit the same habit, doing it together will be very helpful. Along that line, encourage each other through setbacks and cheer each other's successes too. More so, you can also tell your close friend about the habits you're trying to break. Even if he or she doesn't have any habits to change, you can still enjoy support and encouragement from him or her. Practice mindfulness. You'll be more conscious of your actions, feelings, and thoughts with mindfulness. You can be more observant of the ways your habit affects your daily life when you practice mindfulness. You can now brace up yourself to not act on the urges or avoid reminder cues once you become more conscious of the routine behaviors and the triggers. Replace the habit with a different one. Rather than going all hard and trying to stop the unwanted behavior, replacing the unwanted behavior with a new behavior can make things easier for you. For example, let's say you love to snack. Rather than avoid snacking, which can be very difficult for you because of the nature of your job or whatever the reason may be, or snacking on unhealthy foods, you can choose to snack on healthy meals. You'll enjoy lots of benefits when you use more positive habits to replace harmful habits. Leave yourself reminders. You can rethink the action when you're being triggered by using visual reminders like sticky notes, stickers, and the likes. Prepare for slip-ups. So that you won't feel guilty or discouraged about changing your habits, try to mentally prepare for slip-ups. Understand that you won't lose those habits in a day because it took a while to build them up. More so, remember that change is hard, and you started winning once you took the first actionable step to change. It could be quite challenging to break a habit, and when you're yet to solidify your new habit, there are tendencies of you slipping back into old patterns. Brace up yourself to stay on track. Use an approach you feel is best for you. Be honest with yourself. Learn from your slip-ups. Start small. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. Take baby steps if that's what it takes, but make sure you stay consistent. Change your environment. Your habits can be massively impacted by your surroundings. Work on what surrounds you. For example, you can be encouraged to keep things clutter-free when you spend about 10 minutes tidying up your house each evening. You can avoid the tempting overpriced latte by not passing the cafe and changing up your morning walk to work. Instead of scrolling through social media, you can leave games, crafts, sketchbooks, other hobby items, a book or a journal on your coffee table. People who don't support your process of breaking a habit and those who contribute to your bad habit are people you should not spend time with. Know that your environment includes the people you surround yourself with. Practice self-care. Breaking a habit could be more distressing if you're dealing with health problems, relationship troubles, work stress, or other challenges. Thus, it's advisable that you begin from a place of wellness if you want to create positive changes in life easily. Prioritize your wellness when breaking a habit. With this, you'll be able to function well to conquer challenges, and you can as well get your chances of success boosted. Here are some self-care tips you can explore. Every day, try to engage in whatever improves your mood. Maybe relaxation, hobbies, or other things that can help. Aim to be physically active most days. For any long-term concerns, see your healthcare provider. Eat regular, nutritious meals. Make time for restful sleep. Motivate yourself with rewards for success. Celebrate your wins. You can increase your drive to keep trying and boost your confidence with rewards and motivations. Giving yourself rewards along the way isn't a bad idea at all, and ensure that you acknowledge how far you've come. You'll become less prone to engage in negative self-talk or become discouraged when your focus is on your progress you've made so far. In this video, we'll discover about habits, health, and success. Habits have been linked to health and success. If you want to enjoy good health and good success, you must ready yourself to practice good and beneficial habits. But if you want to shoot yourself in the leg and hamper your chances of enjoying success and better health, stick to your negative habits. The cultivating of certain habits is what makes some people successful, besides the random elements of luck. 10 habits of successful people. Number 1, organization. Setting goals and priorities and planning are included in organization. Organization is one of the core habits of people who are successful in life. To get ready for the rest of the week, Sunday is an important day for organizing. This charge is from Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey, an organized, successful individual. Number 2, relaxation. If you notice one thing about successful people, you'll see that they're quick to oblige to getaways, vacations, and rejuvenating activities. Nevertheless, relaxation is less than a conscious decision for successful people. It's more of a natural byproduct. Those who are organized easily enjoy relaxation. Number 3, taking action. A plan is nothing more than potential without action. Yes, it's good to set priorities, make plans, and organize, but you must take action. Even if it seems outlandish, successful people take the important first step, while others may be coming up with reasons not to act. Successful people act. Number 4, personal care. Personal care varies for some people. While some would say a highly disciplined lifestyle and a complex regimen is what their personal care involves, it may differ for others. Personal care in relation to hygiene, exercise, and diet is important. Number 5, positive attitude. Positivity is one of the root causes of success, and it's not just a result of being successful. Many successful people have affirmed this. Expressing gratitude and positive attitude is vital for success. Number 6, networking. A massive number of wealthy people spend a minimum of 5 hours a month networking. Why? They understand how vital it is for them to surround themselves with other successful people. They value teamwork, collaboration, and explore networking opportunities to exchange ideas. Number 7, frugality. Successful people practice saving more money than they spend, and this gets to earn them financial success. Successful people avoid overspending. They enjoy efficiency by avoiding waste and learning to be economical. Frugality is a habit of being economical, being thrifty with resources and money. Being frugal is not the same as being stingy. Take note. 8, rising early. Successful people are used to rising early, and they enjoy more success due to this because they get to have more time to devote to being successful. Number 9, sharing. Successful people understand the importance of giving. They have this habit of giving out, be it by sharing ideas or donating to charity. Mark Zuckerberg, Oprah Winfrey, and Bill Gates are some of the famous successful philanthropists. For you to share, you don't need to be wealthy. Sharing can start with providing help where it is needed most, volunteering at a local school or in your community. Number 10, reading. Successful people gain knowledge or insight by reading, and they also read to derive pleasure. Author J.K. Rowling is an example of a successful billionaire who values the significance of reading. She once said that nothing will help you as much as reading, and she beseeched people to read as much as they possibly can. She noted that she read anything as a child. 10 habits of super healthy people. Number 1, have breakfast. Quit the habit of skipping breakfast. You may keep your breakfast light with a piece of fruit or a granola bar if a big plateful first thing isn't for you. Kids who eat a morning meal have a high tendency of scoring higher in tests, and adults who have a healthy breakfast tend to do better at work. Studies have shown this. Eating breakfast stops you from overeating later, and it jumpstarts your metabolism. 2, drink plenty of water. Staying hydrated is at the top of the list of many things that are good for you. You risk type 2 diabetes and obesity if you get used to sugary drinks. However, you can add flavor with slices of cucumber, watermelon, lime, lemon, or orange if you're not a fan of plain water. Number 3, take an exercise break. You can keep the blues at bay with just 30 minutes of walking 5 times weekly. You'll be doing your body and mind some good when you do some deep lunges or stretches. So get up and move. Don't just grab another cup of coffee. Number 4, go offline. Help your cousin chop veggies, read a book, or take a walk. Free up time to do other things by cutting back on screen time. Set a time to log off and put the phone down. Number 5, learn something new. You may delay the effects of Alzheimer's disease and slow the signs of aging by engaging in something new that requires mental work. You can master a new language, obliged to a creative writing workshop, or sign up for a dance class. New skills do help in keeping the brain healthy. Number 6, don't smoke. Do you know that your heart rate and blood pressure drop in 20 minutes after your last cigarette? It's usually a big move towards better health if you can quit the habit of lighting up. Number 7, sleep well. It's better to aim to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep at night. If you want to stay trimmed and lower your risk of heart disease in the long term, sleep well. You'll have more capacity to learn new things, sharpen your memory and focus, and enjoy a better mood when you get a good night's sleep. Number 8, train your muscles. At least twice a week, do weightlifting, lunges, push-ups, or your other preferred strength training exercises. Workouts can build up your bones, strengthen your heart, and help you slim down, even when you're being a couch potato. You can burn more calories and trade fat for muscle mass with the aid of strength training. Number 9, head outdoors. Rather than walking in built-up areas, choose to stroll in urban green spaces. So if you can, choose nature over city streets. Don't park yourself in front of a TV or computer. Move your body and go outside. Your mood, heart, and bones can benefit greatly from the vitamin D levels the sunshine raises. Number 10, be mindful. Mindfulness improves your mood, relieves pain, and slashes stress. Several studies have confirmed this. Being mindful can just be stopping to smell the roses or meditate. In this video, we'll talk about a powerful daily routine for a healthier life. It could be tough to stick to a healthy daily routine, even if we value how significant it is to have good habits. Habits combine to form routines that play out for us daily, whether they're unhealthy, healthy, small, or big. You can enjoy a healthier and happier life when you practice positive daily routines, and you'll also be able to regain wasted time and get re-energized when you find and adopt the right daily routine. Habit versus routine, key difference. Most people tend to mix up habits with routines. Even though these two are interconnected, they're quite different from each other. Simply explained, routine is a set of habits and habit is a recurrent, often unconscious action. This is the main difference between routine and habit. A routine is made of several habits, and it's the usual, common way of doing things in particular order. Habit is something we usually do regularly and repeatedly, and it's an action. How a daily routine changes your life. The choice is up to you to either adopt draining, inefficient routines or energizing, time-saving routines. What differentiates someone who's striving to get past a poorly planned day from another person operating at peak efficiency is usually the actions that structure their day, their routine. Your daily routine consists of all your habits, and you can be set up for success if you have an excellent daily routine. Daily routine for good health and more energy. Number 1, kick off the day with a glass of lemon water. You can be protected against osteoporosis, fungal infections, and a host of other inflammatory diseases, and reduce your body's acidity levels with lemon juice. Starting the day refreshingly with a glass of lemon will do you a lot of good. Number 2, exercise in the morning. For all over toning and general health throughout the week, mix up cardio and weights. You can make a huge difference if you can afford to give in just 20 or 30 minutes every day for exercise. You can encourage good lymphatic function and improve your circulation and energy levels when you work out early in the morning. Number 3, eat a good breakfast. Low sugar granola bars with a piece of fruit, a vegetable omelet, and yogurt with nuts and berries are sensible options for breakfast. Fuel yourself with a healthy mix of minerals, vitamins, slow-release carbohydrates, and protein when you eat breakfast. Number 4, stay hydrated. You can suffer decreased concentration and lowered mood when you're dehydrated, so stay hydrated. Number 5, get a healthy lunch. If you'd projected that you'll be having a busy day, and you also don't want to promote afternoon lethargy, avoid too much fat at lunchtime. Number 6, do some mid-afternoon stretches. Do a bit of exercise in the afternoon or do some light stretches. Number 7, dinner. Featuring an alkalizing effect and packed with antioxidants, green vegetables are a great choice for dinner. To minimize acidity levels in the body, take a break from chicken or beef, but pick fish and lamb if you prefer animal protein. Seitan and tofu are plant-based proteins that are fine for dinner too. Number 8, take time to relax. Let relaxation be a part of your daily routine and set aside some time every day to do it. By finding a healthy activity that relaxes you, you'll be reducing your risk of elevated blood pressure, depression, and a host of other health conditions and problems. Number 9, take a vitamin C supplement before bed. You can ensure that you go to bed well hydrated and reduce the acidity in your body with this quick, effective means. Number 10, go to sleep at a reasonable hour. 6 to 10 hours of sleep per night is what is recommended by most experts. You must get enough sleep. It's very important. important. When it's late in the evening, avoid vigorous exercise, and an hour before bed, turn off your phone and computer. A daily routine for an organized life. Number 1, make your bed. You can enjoy a productive, organized frame of mind with this quick chore. Make your bed and prepare for the day. Number 2, have your equipment and clothes laid out the night before. Don't wait till the morning comes before you start rummaging your closet to see what you should wear. Prepare beforehand. Number 3, run through a list of essential items. As a means of reminder, keep a list of essential items like a water bottle, employee badge, wallet, and the like somewhere you can quickly scan through them before you head out so that you'll be sure you have all that you need. Number 4, prioritize your tasks. You can always enjoy a sense of control when you write a task list, whether urgent, important, or not, or even both. Make a list of tasks and set your priorities accordingly. Number 5, prioritize your emails. Your concentration and productivity can be impaired by frequent interruptions. Rather than every few minutes, check your emails every couple of hours. You may spend 10 minutes prioritizing your emails. Number 6, keep your finances on track. Ensure that you're sticking to your budget. Check your bank balance. Keep your finances on track every day and take a couple minutes to do that. Number 7, clear your desk at the end of the day. Don't leave the office disorganized so that you won't come in the next morning to start getting exhausted cleaning a messed up space. In fact, before you leave for your break, take 5 minutes to clear your work desk. Number 8, review your to-do list. Be conscious of your to-do list so that you'll know if a review has to be made. Number 9, do the dishes immediately after dinner. If you don't do so, you can get distracted doing something else like watching the TV. Number 10, do a brain dump. If what you do the next day makes you worried and keeps you awake, do a brain dump. It's very helpful. Daily routine for more productive work. Number 1, plan the night before. Before the night ends, use a couple of minutes to pre-plan how you want tomorrow to look like. It will make you more efficient and even impact your productivity. Number 2, wake up at the same time every day. Why wake up a few minutes late today and more minutes earlier tomorrow? You can strike a continued balance when you develop a sleep routine that will help you wake up at the same time every day. Number 3, eat a good breakfast. Healthy fruit, juice, or oatmeal with a smoothie can do the trick. You need a good boost of energy for the morning, so eat well. Number 4, create a distraction-free workspace. You may find it very difficult to focus on the task at hand if your desk is cluttered. Your focus and productivity can be greatly impacted positively by just clearing your desk of distractions. Number 5, don't check emails first. You haven't done anything important if you have read a lot of emails. Your brain needs to be engaged in more productive tasks, so don't get a false sense of achievement by clearing out your inbox. Let your mornings be for productive work that demands strategy, creativity, and focus. Number 6, tackle the worst thing first. Everything else will be easier when you do the most difficult thing first. That task that has the potential of making you procrastinate is the most difficult or most pressing task and should be the one you should tackle first at work. Number 7, rest or meditate. You'll kill your productivity by burning out your enthusiasm and losing energy when you refuse to consider this in your routine. You're not a machine. You'll need some time to rest. Even machines rest too. Humans aren't built to work all day. You can try meditation or pick a reasonable time to stop working. Number 8, say no to unreasonable requests. Your day's productivity can be negatively impacted and your routine can be thrown off balance when you add extra tasks and jobs to your day. Thus, say no to unimportant or unreasonably urgent extra tasks. Daily routine for a stronger relationship. Kiss your partner goodbye. This is one of the small gestures that really count. Take in the moment and kiss each other meaningfully. Properly say goodbye. Add being with your partner to your morning routine and create 3 to 5 minutes for that. Number 2, create little daily rituals. Relationships can become stale without rituals. The things only the two of you do together should be encouraged. Rituals offer a sense of bonding and positive expectation. Text a joke of the day on your lunch breaks. Leave little notes under your partner's coffee cup. You can build a sense of connection with the meaningful small actions you create. Number 4, schedule a date night. No matter how much you love each other, intimacy can get lost when you allow things to break down because you overlook your relationship due to children and extra responsibilities. Keep reconnecting. Have fun. Connect with each other and don't be tied by responsibilities all the time. Let regular date nights be your thing. Number 5, create a bonding bedtime routine. Bedtime is a great time to get both physically and emotionally connected with your spouse. It's pretty easy to want to fall asleep once you've finally fallen into bed, or when the doors are closed, but the best habit you can have as a couple is communication and talking things out, especially at bedtime. Sticking to your routine. It requires impressive amounts of willpower to overcome a poor daily routine that you feel comfortable about. You'll often think it's safe to continue doing a harmful activity because your subconscious mind assumes that it's safe to do so, especially when that thing doesn't doesn't cause you immediate harm. Whether an action is good or not for you, there's usually that tendency to continue. It can be difficult and discouraging to change several habits to achieve a goal. However, you can always cultivate efficient routines and healthy rituals that will make your life better if you start small and stay realistic. Key into the reality that it takes commitment to upgrade and follow through your daily routine. In this video, we'll discover about 20 best habits to have in life. Number 1, focus on what you have. The surest pathway to success, happiness, and health is gratitude. Be grateful for what you have. Number 2, smile often. Smiling is a good form of therapy. It does help in finding emotional, mental, and spiritual peace of mind. Number 3, supplement with needed vitamins and minerals. Find a good set of vitamins and minerals that you can take daily. Let your body get the daily proper nutrients it needs. Number 4, manage your time well. Effective time management is an essential habit for succeeding at anything in life. No goal will be too big to attain when you practice effective time management. Number 5, set daily goals every day. Create short-term milestones by setting daily goals. Daily goals can serve as a motivational source to achieve bigger or long-term goals. Number 6, seek inspiration. Inspiring yourself is a great way to stay motivated in life. Get inspired by the stories of others or watch inspirational videos. Number 7, save steadily, invest prudently. Saving and investing are valuable habits you can develop. Number 8, budget and track expenses. Sweat the small stuff and ensure you manage all of your expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. Beware of little expenses. Number 9, never stop learning. Whether by enhancing the existing skills you already have or by acquiring new skills, stay committed to learning and improving your life. Learn something new every single day. Keep educating yourself. Number 10, tidy everything. Take the time to organize your home and office. You'll find it strenuous to focus on your goals if you're in a state of disarray or your life is disorganized. Number 11, early to bed, early to rise. Waking up early is more important than sleeping late, so start working on waking up earlier. Number 12, be generous. If you want to shift your focus to a state of abundance, you need to be generous with your time and money. Contribute something of value to people or a community. Don't forget about others because you're striving to achieve success. Number 13, confront your fears. One of the most important habits that you can develop is confronting and breaking through your fears. Stop being so worried. Brace up yourself to face your fears. How long will you keep spending a lot of time immersed in fear? Number 14, take action sooner. Why do it later when you can do it now? Take action. Number 15, make a plan and stick to it. You'll fail to realize your goals if you don't have a plan. You need to create and follow an intricate and detailed plan to achieve your goals. Number 16, practice positive thinking. Although it may be hard to stay positive all the time, still stay positive. You'll attract positive things when you think positively. Number 17, make time for yourself. Every blessed day, make sure you do one small thing that you love doing. Enjoying some downtime is very important. Number 18, read. Reading is an important habit to develop in life. Find time to read something. Could be a nonfiction book, a novel, financial news, newspaper, or any other thing. Number 19, value sleep. Getting at least 6 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep every night is what's recommended. You should practice getting ample rest. It's imperative. Number 20, keep a journal. Journaling your experience and writing out your thoughts is a habit worth getting into. It can help you see what you've been doing in life, and it's also a great way to reflect on who you are. In this video, we'll discover about destructive habits. Destructive habits keep you stuck and unhappy. They're the habits that could cost you your happiness, health, and success in life. Thus, it's important that you recognize these habits and break them if you've been engaging in any. 10 bad habits that could be destroying your happiness. Number 1, postponing your goals. Consistent effort is the key. Just do something every day. It doesn't have to be much. Take one baby step towards a goal and start today. Number 2, living a mediocre life. Practice chasing your dreams and aspirations. Step out of your comfort zone. Number 3, self-sabotaging. Develop patterns that support your highest goals. Whatever pattern that suffocates your happiness, success, and goals must be eradicated. Number 4, running from your problems. Problems aren't shameful things. They often give you the chance to learn and grow. Quit running. Number 5, worrying about your flaws. My dear, you're not perfect. Stop trying to be that perfect girl or guy everyone likes. Find your strength in your flaws. Accept them. Number 6, trying to control everything. You'll quickly become frustrated and angry if you try to control everything. Control is an illusion. Number 7, blaming others. Be accountable for your actions and responsibilities. Quit blaming or accusing others. Number 8, trying to be something you are not. Build on the foundation of which you are. Don't ever compare yourself to anyone else. You're made uniquely, and no one can be like you. So, why trying to be fake when you're already original? Huh? Number 9, living in the past or the future. Make choices that help you create happiness. Understand that the past is the past and the future will take care of itself. But you'll always do what you've got to do. Number 10, constant complaining. Take a moment to look around you in gratitude when you catch yourself complaining. Be grateful for your heart, your mind, relationships, health, food, and all of life's blessings. 8, unhealthy habits you need to break now. Number 1, not drinking enough water. You need enough water to function well and stay optimal. Drinking water benefits your total body health. Number 2, eating late at night. You can experience indigestion that interferes with sleep when you're so fond of late night meals. Eating late at night isn't good because your body won't get the chance to process the food efficiently. Number 3, not getting enough exercise. Exercise can lower your risk of some chronic diseases, keep your heart healthy, and help you live longer. It's important that you exercise regularly. Number 4, skimping on sleep. You already know how vital adequate sleep is, so stop skimping on sleep in the guise of becoming more productive. Number 5, eating too much sodium. Cooking at home using fresh ingredients is an easy way to cut your sodium intake. Taking too much sodium isn't good for the body. Number 6, not changing or sanitizing your kitchen sponge frequently enough. Keep germs at bay by disinfecting your sponge. Stop cleaning your refrigerator shelves, sink, and kitchen counter diligently alone without being conscious of your sponge. Do you even know that your kitchen sponge can harbor 150 times more bacteria? Do well to replace your kitchen sponge frequently, and you can do this every 2 weeks. Number 7, smoking. Smoking jeopardizes your health and the health of people around you. It causes bad breath, yellowing of teeth, and premature skin aging. Smoking is one of the leading causes of preventable death globally. Number 8, excessive consumption of alcohol. Different types of cancer, pancreas problems, liver diseases, heart diseases, and brain problems have been associated with excessive drinking. You can seriously damage your health when you drink too much. We all have habits, and we activate several of them every day. Often showcased by default, habits are behaviors and patterns. Getting ready for work, brushing your teeth, and taking a shower are some of the several vital activities that good habits enable us to do. However, bad habits like stress eating, hanging out with naysayers, being with people who don't appreciate you, smoking, excessive drinking, eating junk food, eating too much red meat, watching too much TV, being late, being in bad relationships, and many others can affect our success, relationships, health, and overall quality of life. It's not an impossible task to develop good habits. At least you're the one who will enjoy the juicy benefits they offer for the rest of your life. So, make a conscious decision to set a foundation for healthy habits. And if you already have some bad habits you're poised to break, do well to apply the habit loop breaking techniques and tips that have been highlighted to be free from their grip today. See you with better habits.